die, and you're like, oh, it's Monday again, When Monday comes around, my weekend, you know, I do a lot of things on the weekend. My Monday comes around, I have to come to work, and I'm just like, let's freaking do it, Like I'm like I go into work just as I go into, say going, out on a party night or something. I go into work just as I'm going out to dinner with somebody, or I'm going to a concert. I go to work with that same attitude because that's what I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm living. This is life, and I'm living, and I'm loving. Love is a huge thing too, and I'm the way I think about love is completely different. I've gone through a marriage and everything, and that completely changed my life around, how I think about marriage and how I think about love and things like that. And I heard an awesome thing from Daniel Vitalis, saying about how we can have up to 150 different very close relationships, like 150 close friends, or we can concentrate our brain onto one very, very deep relationship, or we can have a really deep relationship but then a couple really good friends and stuff like that. And we kind of have a choice, because that's what the scientists say, basically based on our brain and everything. And that's what the anthropological records say and stuff like that. So I mean, it's really interesting to get into that and everything. But I think about love and things completely different, because once you get to a vibrancy where you're never gonna get sick again. Like I'm never gonna get sick again. I can say this with full. I mean, I can say this completely honestly. I will never get sick again, and I can say it with no doubt in my mind that I will never get sick again. And I know this just because I can do whatever I want. Anybody can do whatever they want. It's just they gotta really find out who they are and what they really want. A lot of people are wandering around, they don't know who they are, so they're depressed. They don't know why they're here. They don't know what they want. All these things can be figured out through your mission, and that is the key thing. But first you got to feel good. You got to feel good to be able to realize with your real eyes the potential you have, and where you're going and where you can be in life and what you can be doing. I mean, you can completely change yourself around just by bringing that vibrancy back to your body, just by bringing that vitality. And yeah, it's amazing, and that love that you feel when you get this way. The cacao, the raw cacao I make into chocolate, I put, a bunch of different superfoods into this, but that cacao is Arabia nationale. It is the heirloom variety of cacao. There's a lot of different hybridized versions of cacao, and that's a CCN 51, I believe. I believe that's the name. I'm not exactly sure. Don't take my word for it, but I believe that's the variety of cacao that they use in a lot of different cacaos, because it produces more and it's maybe a little bit more flavorful and stuff like that. But it doesn't have the love chemical like the heirloom cacao does, and that's PEA. And that stuff right there will open your heart and it opens your mind. Like, cacao is an amazing thing, let me tell you. But it's also a vehicle. A lot of people just do straight cacao, and that's not the idea that's behind it. Cacao was meant, this is my belief, cacao was meant to carry herbs along with it that have medicine and nutritional value. So like, say shilajit. If you take shilajit and you just try to eat it straight, it's very powerful, and you can't do it. But when you throw it in cacao, you have no problem eating that. It is so easy. You can't even taste the shilajit. It is amazing. And these are the types of things that you learn on this journey. You learn how to get these things in you, have it taste amazing. It's got to taste good. I mean, you can't just be eating stuff that doesn't taste good. But also, your taste buds will change, because a lot of people haven't had very many different flavors their entire life, and the flavors that they have had are very bland compared to the real flavors that are out there, you know, in the wild or in superfoods and heirloom foods and things like that, and herbs and everything. You know, there's so many different tastes out there. There's 6 tastes, and you know those range all. You know, they range all in from blandness to very potent, and you know we've had very little taste, and it's been roughly the same our entire life. I mean, we you know, eating the standard American diet. That's, I'm assuming, if you're eating the standard American diet. So, but there's something called Schisandra berry, and I love taking that in the morning because right when you wake up, and I'll show you this tomorrow. It's amazing. When you wake up and you take Schisandra berry has all the taste in it, and when you take that, it opens up all your senses. Like it opens all of your senses up because you know your your tastes are linked to your senses of reality, and you know you have all the senses, you have all the taste, and you put them together, and you know each opens up something different. So like you know you take this and you're able to you feel, you know, you're able to feel, you can feel your nervous system just like it gets this, you know, different kind of feel, and you're able to smell, like your nostrils open up when you and you're able to taste more, and you're able to see, just like you're able to open your eyes, you know, and you just you become alive and awaken. Your sense of reality becomes completely different. Um, when your body's working correctly, I mean, your sense of reality is going to expand anyways, just because your nervous system is going to expand. So your actual consciousness, and this is real stuff. You're going to build your nervous system even further. So you're going to actually build your consciousness even further, because your nervous system is, you know, your brain and your nervous system goes throughout your entire body. So you're going to build that entire nervous system. You're going to build your immune system. You're going to build everything in your body to its peak performance. And when you have this body, this machine, this body is amazing in what it can do. You know, the magnetic field that it produces, the information fields, the quantum fields that it produces, the torsion fields. There's so many things that are going on with the body that we can't even see, the aura that it produces. You start to be able to sense those, and you start to have more senses than just the 5 senses that you believe that you only have. There's many more senses out there. Some say that you have to experience paradise, you need to experience 22 senses. So that's a lot of senses. Nobody even knows what those are. You know, maybe yeah, I guess there are people who know what they are, or supposedly know what they are. But how can we develop those, or how do we even believe that those exist if we can't sense them? You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of try to develop these things, and once you develop them, then your sense of reality expands. So then you're able to understand things much differently than where you were before. So it's like when you are 15 years old and you think you know so much more than when you were 10, and then when you are 25 years old, you look back at when you were 15, you're like, wow, you know, I know so much more. That's exactly how it is, because you've developed your person or your personality that far. You know, you've developed your personality into who you are. So, you know, from a certain point. So that's what you're going to do with your senses. That's what you're going to do with your reality. You're going to develop your reality into a totally different stage to be able to sense many different things. I mean, I can go through all the things that I can sense right now that I've never thought was possible in my life. And yeah, so I mean that's really what, you know, this is all about for me, is developing my reality into a greater reality than it is right now, and just trying to understand what's going on this earth. And I'm really trying to raise my vibration, raise the vibration of my body. We all know that everything's energy and vibration. I'm trying to raise the vibration of my my body, because you are what you eat. And if you eat high vibrational foods,